Welcome back to Faction Entertainment. Today, I will show you an action, crime and drama movie from 2017 titled Baby Driver. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and enjoy. A red vehicle pulls up across the street from a bank in Atlanta, Georgia. Buddy, Darling, and Griff are three thieves who are accompanied by their getaway driver, Baby. The thieves break into the bank while Baby sings along to bell bottoms. The thieves return to the automobile a short time later. The music is blasting in Baby's ears as he drives away. The officers follow the automobile across the city, but Baby is able to get around them by drifting the car and performing insane movements in sync with the music while eluding them. He's driving along the highway, passed by two other red vehicles. Baby is able to fool the cops and escape once they've gone under the bridge, but he almost gets captured in an alleyway until Griff intervenes. He drives to a parking garage, where he and the criminals steal another vehicle and flee just as Baby's song ends. Later, Baby gets coffee for himself and the criminals and walks to the coffee shop while listening to Bob and Earl's Harlem Shuffle. They're having a meeting with their boss, Doc. Griff inquires as to why Baby is always listening to music. Doc claims he has tinnitus as a result of a childhood injury, and he uses music to block out the humming. Griff messes with Baby in an attempt to frighten him, but Baby seems unfazed. Buddy warns Baby not to answer Doc if he calls again, and the criminals part ways. Doc instructs Baby to disregard it. Joseph, a paraplegic deaf guy, is Baby's roommate. He conceals his portion of the stolen funds behind a floorboard. Baby is in some type of nefarious business. Joseph realizes as he and Joseph converse in sign language. Baby spends his free time remixing recordings from his sessions with Doc into music cassettes. He has a drawer full of cassettes, but there is one unique tape labeled Mom in the middle. Bo's Diner is where Baby goes. He notices Deborah, a lovely young waitress, performing a song. When she approaches him to collect his order, she discovers Baby's recorder. Baby inquires about Deborah's music while the two converse. He subsequently discovers the song and listens to it at home, which leads Joseph to believe Baby has met a female. Baby is brought in for the next job by Doc. Eddie No-Nose, JD, and Bats are among the newcomers he presents to Baby. An armored vehicle is their goal. Baby is listening to music as Doc describes the strategy. Bats is the one who first doubts Baby's skills, but Baby is able to repeat Doc's plan verbatim. For Baby and Doc, this is the final work that Baby needs to complete in order to pay off a debt owed to him by Doc. The team forms a ring around the armored truck. JD immediately screws things up by getting the wrong masks. Doc requested Michael Myers masks from the Halloween movies, but he receives Mike Myers masks from Austin Powers. While the three go rob the truck, Baby waits in the car with his music. The guard is killed by Bats, and the three thieves dash back to their car. Baby tries to flee but collides with a Marine's vehicle. Baby is forced to drive against a wall to get out after the Marine fires at the criminals. The Marine pursues them along the highway, causing them to become stranded beneath a truck. Baby moves back to avoid Bats getting a clear shot at the Marine. When Baby wrecks his truck off the freeway, he loses the Marine. Due to gridlock, the thieves leave their automobile and steal a car from a mother with a baby. In the midst of the pandemonium, JD drops his shotgun. The gang arrives at the parking garage and splits off into various vehicles. Bats asks Baby if he made him miss the shot on purpose. Bats knows Baby is lying when he says no. He threatens Baby with a gun, accusing him of catching feelings. Baby returns to Bo's Diner to meet Deborah again. They discuss songs with their names, particularly how there are songs named Deborah and Deborah, but many songs about Baby. Baby goes to Doc's hideaway to collect his share of the job's proceeds. Only Bats and Eddie are in attendance. Doc then instructs Baby to dispose of the automobile in which JD's body is found. Baby drives the automobile to the junkyard and gets a childhood flashback. His mother, a musician, was extremely close to him. His father was an alcoholic who mistreated her, and while bickering, they were involved in a terrible automobile accident. Baby starts working as a pizza delivery driver. He is now able to socialize with Deborah. Baby, on the other hand, is approached by Doc, who still needs his services as a robbery driver. Doc warns Baby that she could injure Deborah. Baby agrees, but unwillingly. He subsequently returns home with Deborah, and they share their first kiss. Doc takes Baby to the post office, where he plans to carry out his next robbery. He sends Baby in with his nephew Sam to act as a cover so Baby doesn't appear suspicious. Sam examines the area in order to provide Baby with information that she may relay to Doc. Before returning to Doc's car, they converse with a pleasant teller so Baby may provide details for Doc to plan out the robbery. Baby dials Deborah's number and tells her about his plan to go far away and not look back. She accepts it. Baby then experiences a black and white dream about Deborah waiting for him to join her beside a car. Doc collects Buddy, Darling, and Bats as his crew, despite his particular policy of not utilizing the same crew for more than one robbery. Baby remains the getaway driver. Doc directs the group to obtain firearms from the butcher, an arms dealer. Baby steps at a convenience shop on the way to meet the butcher so Bats may run inside. In the back seat, Buddy and Darling get a little naughty. Buddy gets irritated when Darling reveals that Bats looked at her strangely, and he asks if she wants him to murder Bats before the theft. But Darling replies no. Bats then reappears, carrying an entire box of stolen gum. The group meets up with the butcher and his goons at a warehouse. The butcher displays his arsenal of weapons and rifles, as well as some hand grenades, to the team. Bats observes the initials IPD on one of the weapons cabinets, which leads him to believe the butcher and his guys are policemen. Bats shoot the butcher, sending everyone into a shootout time to button down Brass Tequila. The crew kills most of the butcher's men, but Darling takes a bullet to the arm. Bats chastises Buddy and Darling for instigating the shooting, but he claims they were cops. One of the thieves shoots one of the men who attempt to flee, and Bats tosses a grenade into his car for good measure. Bats tells Baby to stop at Bo's diner on the way back to Doc's. Baby refuses to go because he is afraid they will harm Deborah, but Bats pushes Baby to go. Deborah notices them, but she senses that Baby is concerned. She takes their order without revealing to the others that she is acquainted with Baby, and vice versa. Buddy and Darling are still chastising Bats for his actions. Bats asks Baby whether he knows Deborah as they prepare to depart. He declines. Bats rises and draws his weapon, but Baby grabs his hand and prevents him from doing anything dumb. Baby offers Deborah the check, her gratuity, and a note that says road trip 2 a.m. as the team departs. Doc is visited by the crew again. Something has gone wrong, he realizes. The butcher and his posse are cops, according to Bats, but Doc already knew that because they were on his payroll. Buddy and Darling back up Bats' claim that they fired the initial shot. Doc turns to Baby when he wonders if the theft should go through as planned. Baby tries to leave at 2 a.m. to meet Deborah, but Buddy and Bats are on his tail. Bats takes Baby's recorder and knocks him unconscious when they get suspicious. The crew heads to the post office the next morning to start the robbery. Buddy is intended to kidnap Darling while Bats hides in the rear. While waiting in the vehicle, Baby notices the teller he met the day before. She gestures at him and grins, but Baby shakes her head as if to warn her. The teller reappears seconds later, accompanied by a guard. Just before the robbers return, he taps on Baby's window. The guard is killed by Bats, and the cops are on their way. The thieves force Baby to drive despite his reservations. Bats points his shotgun at Baby, so Baby slams on the throttle and slams into a truck with a steel bar protruding from the bed, thus impaling Bats. Baby, Buddy, and Darling all make a hasty retreat. In a scene synchronized to Focus's Hocus Pocus, the cops chase Baby around the city. Baby attempts to disguise himself and steal several vehicles. As the authorities closing upon them, Baby runs into Buddy and Darling again. The couple tries to flee with Baby, but the authorities are closing down on them. Darling fires at the officers, who retaliate by shooting her. Buddy loses control and fires at the officers, as Baby flees. He steals an elderly lady's vehicle but returns her handbag. She's shocked. Joseph is found on the floor when Baby comes to his apartment, but he is unharmed. He gathers as much money as he can and transports Joseph to a nursing facility. Baby expresses regret to Joseph for failing to keep his word when he swore he wouldn't allow anything to happen to him. Baby flees as the cops continue to look for him. Baby rushes to Bo's in search of Deborah, only to discover Buddy seated at the counter, his pistol loaded. He wants that Baby to pay for the murder of Darling, and he threatens Deborah. When a cop walks into the diner, he needs to use the toilet. When Deborah's employee comes out to inquire about her, Buddy is distracted, and Baby shoots him in the chest and flees with Deborah. They steal a car from 2 vaping men and drive it to Doc's. When the officer goes to check on Buddy, Buddy shoots him and kills him. Doc is prepared to cut his losses with Baby when Baby and Deborah meet with him, but Baby begs for his aid and attempts to give him the money from the theft. Doc finally gives up and lets Baby take the money so he and Deborah can go. They descend the elevator and come face to face with several of the butcher's armed men. Doc is shot twice, yet he kills all 3 of the guys. Buddy then comes in a stolen patrol vehicle, blasting Queen's Brighton Rock via his car speakers and proclaiming it to be Baby's killing tune. As he rushes to catch Baby and Deborah, He runs over Doc twice before attempting to capture Buddy with another vehicle. Baby attempts firing at him. Buddy's automobile is rammed over the railing by Baby, sending it plummeting many floors. Buddy, on the other hand, made it out in time and deafens Baby by shooting around his ears. He rushes after Deborah, who has a crowbar and is attempting to capture Buddy. Baby collects his senses and pulls out his revolver, shoots Buddy in the leg, forcing him to fall down and onto the flaming automobile, which subsequently explodes. Deborah is driving Baby far away in the morning while listening to a recording of Baby's mother singing. They soon notice that the police have created a roadblock. Knowing they've caught Baby, Deborah attempts to flee, but Baby decides to give up. Baby is put on trial for his role in the robberies. Deborah, Joseph, the post office cashier, and the lady whose car Baby stole all testify. Baby is seen by all of them as a decent youngster who made some poor decisions, but never intended to harm anyone. Baby is sentenced to 25 years in jail, with a 5-year prospect of release. Baby receives postcards from Deborah during his stay in prison, who has discovered that Baby's true name is Miles. The cards are from areas they wish to explore after Baby is released. We next witness what appears to be Baby's daydream from earlier, with Deborah waiting for him in a dreamlike scenario. That is all for today. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.